2.
Hey guys, it's B Scott. Welcome to another episode of Ride Along here with B-Man.
What up,
as per
guys?
usual.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing our Money in the Bank 2025 predictions.
Yeah, and this is going up hopefully just after midnight on Saturday.
Yep. AKA tonight.
Yeah, so we're filming, this is obviously on Friday as usual. So only 4 matches again. I don't know what that seems to be a trend with like these gimmick pay-per-views, because he does it for the Rumble, which kind of makes sense because each Rumble match is like an hour, 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, an hour, but anyway. And then he did it for Elimination Chamber, I think. Did he? He did for Chamber last couple of years, Rumble last couple of years, and now Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank last year was 5 matches, right?
I don't remember. But you know what? It doesn't need to be long, because like if they make the matches long enough, like it can go till midnight. And plus,
yeah, but they're not going to do that. They're going to have like 3 hours. They only have like 3 hours, but they cram it full of so many. Yeah, but they cram it full of so many ads and stuff. Like, cut some ads, add a match or two. Like, we got 4 matches. You got 1 title match. You got the 2 main ladder matches. You got a tag team match that's essentially almost meaningless. Yeah. But anyway, let's get into it. We'll start with the women's Money in the Bank match. We got Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Julia, Stephanie Vaquer, Roxanne Perez, and Rhea Ripley.
Question: can we pick 2 people?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that. You can pick like a dark horse, and then you can
because I think we did that for the Rumble.
Right? Yeah, but the Rumble had like 30 participants. This only has 6.
So for me, I'm gonna pick Stephanie Vaquer and Roxanne Perez.
Okay, but which is which?
So my first pick is going to be Stephanie Vaquer.
So your top pick?
Yeah, my top pick, and then my secondary pick is Roxanne.
Yeah, see, for me, this could go either way, but I think my top pick is going to be Naomi, and my secondary pick is going to be, like, I want to hope that Julia's going to win, but I don't think she will. So my secondary pick is going to be probably Rhea Ripley. That's a safe pick, but that's what WWE tends to do. They tend to go for the safe options a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Naomi is my top pick. Rhea Ripley is my secondary pick. Even though Rhea Ripley doesn't need it, like, you know, but WWE could do the whole, like, do a whole merchandising thing with Mommy in the Bank. So I think that's why they might do it. But I think Naomi could use it, and she can cash in on Tiffany and become women's champion, hopefully. Because I like what they're doing with Naomi. Like, they're doing a pretty good job with her heel turn.
Yeah.
But, so I'm picking Naomi and Rhea Ripley. Let's continue on with the women's matches. We got Becky Lynch taking on Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. With there's a stipulation to this match. If Lyra wins, Becky can no longer challenge her for the title. If Becky wins, Lyra has to hold Becky's hand up in victory and acknowledge that Becky's better than her.
I see Becky Lynch winning.
I do too, but then again, we said the same thing at Backlash, right?
Yes.
And look what happened there. Lyra retained, so I don't know. It's kind of iffy. And don't forget.
Actually, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. Go ahead. We're talking.
And don't forget, there's always the possibility that Bayley could come back and cost Becky the match.
Yes. So here's my question: if Becky loses, does she go to SmackDown?
No, she doesn't need to go to SmackDown.
Well, she's not allowed to compete for the title.
Intercontinental title. She can still compete for the Women's Championship.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's true.
Or they could branch, if, like I said, if Bayley comes back and interferes and costs Becky the match, they could branch off into a Becky versus Bayley feud.
Question: if Lyra ever loses, is Becky allowed to then? Yeah,
she's just not allowed to challenge Lyra for the title.
Okay.
So whenever Lyra loses her belt, whenever that is, then I think Becky is going to take it just so they can have like a third and final blow-off match. It's probably either at Evolution or SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But I don't know for sure. And it's kind of like, it'd be like a really heel thing to have Becky have like Lyra go to raise Becky's arm, and then like Becky just she grabs her arm, she puts her and disarm her.
Yeah. And
then maybe that's when Bayley comes out to save Lyra.
Yeah.
I don't know, possibly, but I think Becky Lynch is going to win this time, and we'll get a third and final match eventually.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the tag team match. Playa, holla, holla, holla.
Yeah.
We got John Cena and Logan Paul taking on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. it's a slam dunk. I think Cody and Jay are gonna take it, so Jay gets momentum heading into his match with Gunther on Raw, which, by the way, that should have been on the pay-per-view. But anyway, and so Cody has a semi-legitimate claim to say to John Cena, "Hey, I want a rematch for my title at SummerSlam."
Yes.
Or maybe in the Saudi show, who knows? But I think Cody and Jay are gonna win, and as a bonus thing, Cody I think is gonna pin Logan Paul.
Yeah.
That way, Cena has an out; he didn't get beat,
Yeah.
but Cody still has a chance. Like, oh, I beat you guys in a tag team match; I deserve a title shot.
Yeah.
I think that's how it's gonna go down. What about you?
Did we get that?
What?
Did we get that
Yeah.
cop turned in front of me?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, wow, everyone.
That's
Kurt
cop-
Reed's in police. He didn't even have
that's
his
cops for
sirens
you.
on.
That's cops for you.
Bro, that's so funny.
That's cops for you.
No, because you want to know what happened. Sorry, we have to go off track. I seen him, and you seen it too. He was gonna go left back there. Then he seen us filming. I knew what he was doing. He thought that I was filming, right? So I put my hands up here. So then he dashed in front of us. No fucking lights on, bro.
Jeez.
I'm sending. I'm posting that.
Well, you are posting it because
I'm making a sort out of that. I'm getting that cop fired. Canada cop
You're not gonna
watch,
get him.
bro.
You're not gonna get him fired though.
We got the whole thing. We got the.
I
car number.
know we
Yeah.
did, but you know, cops, they protect their own. You're not
We
gonna
actually
get
had that
fired.
happen once before, and I think it was a Durham cop. Like he was following us, and then like he turned in front or something. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my
Corruption
God.
everywhere.
We get so much on camera. I fucking love it, man. Anyways, so let's go back to our wrestling talk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, I say Cody and Jay. Who do you got?
Wow. I'm picking Logan Paul and John Cena.
Of course you are.
Of course I am. You know I'm a Logan Paul fan.
I think Cena's gonna like towards the end of the match, he's just gonna like hop off the apron and leave, and then
Yeah.
leave Logan Paul to get pinned. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm making a short out of that. I'm posting that everywhere. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about I don't know if it's the main event. The tag team match is probably a main event, but let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. You got Andrade. You've got L.A. Knight. Yeah. Penta. Solo Sikoa. Seth Rollins. And El Grande Americano, which, you know, kind of is a travesty. You think about it. Chad Gable didn't qualify, but El Grande Americano did.
Yeah.
That's a travesty if you ask me. But anyway, so who do you think's gonna win?
The men's Money in the Bank?
Yeah.
I could see El Grande Americano winning.
Really? Yeah, I can honestly see
As
it
my
too,
first
WWE.
pick, as my secondary pick. Who else is in it? Sorry. You gotta remind me. I was kind of zoned out.
L.A. Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrade,
Mm-hmm.
Penta, Seth Rollins, Solo Sikoa.
Okay. My first pick, El Grande Americano. My second pick, Solo Sikoa.
That's interesting. See, I was gonna say that too because like I'm not a Grande Americano. My top pick is Seth Rollins. There's a good shot LA Knight wins it too, but my secondary pick is gonna be Solo Sikoa because it said somewhere online. I don't remember exactly where it is, but somewhere somebody said that the Money in the Bank could be cashed in on mid-card titles, and we saw it with Austin Theory a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
The Money in the Bank can be cashed in on mid-card titles. So, I'm thinking there's a possibility that Solo wins and cashes in eventually on Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
And betrays him, and because he's pissed off that Jacob's not following his orders anymore, and he's doing his own thing, and he's kind of like not listening to him. So he could be like, okay, you know what? Screw you then. I'm just gonna have myself and Jeff Cobb, aka JC Mateo, and then he's gonna betray Fatu, and he's gonna cash in and take his U.S. title. I think that might happen. I think it actually will, which is why I'm saying Seth Rollins and what was my second pick? I think my second pick was Solo, but my top pick is Seth Rollins for sure. There's a good shot LA Knight wins it. There's a possibility that Grande Americano wins it. But I think for now, I'm going to go Seth Rollins and I'm going to go Solo Sikoa.
Okay.
Well, that's it for Money in the Bank. So, you guys, everybody's heard about it. Saw has been picked up by Blumhouse, which, if you don't know, is the studio that produced the Collector movies. If you've never seen Collector, those are good movies, man. They're fucking.
Yeah.
There's this crazy intense scene in the second one. I'm not gonna say anything about it, but if you haven't watched them, go watch them. They're great horror movies. And yeah, that's a good sign, because now we might finally get Saw 11 soon, because God knows Tobin Bell is not getting any fucking younger. Dude's like his early 80s. I think he's 82 or something. Yeah. So like, whatever they're gonna do, they need to wrap that shit up. Like, if you're gonna go off, if they're gonna continue the series, like, wrap up whatever you got going on with him, and then like establish or keep some of the older characters around that the fans recognize. Establish them as the main characters going forward, and then if you want to keep going, keep going. But yeah. So finally, hopefully within the next year or so, we get Saw 11 and we continue that and see what's going on with that, and maybe we'll get some stories wrapped up, hopefully. But yeah, that's good news, eh?
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Finally, after like all the bullshit that was going on, like whatever was going on with Saw 11. But yeah, they finally, hopefully, gonna start making it soon. So there's that. So I didn't film it, but I went to Comic-Con last week, which was the May 30th to June 1st, but I went the 30th and 31st. B-Sky was with me on the 30th. And it was interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff. Unfortunately, there's not much I could buy, but because I had to like spend money on autographs and stuff. But I did get to meet 3 of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: David Yost, Amy Jo Johnson, and Walter Jones. You know, Zach, Kimberly, and Billy. Got to ask them a few questions. You know, talk about a few different things. And I also met from a former WWE, WCW, TNA wrestler, Scott Steiner. His brother Rick was like right beside him, but I couldn't really afford both, so I decided, okay, I'll just get a picture with Scott. Tell him about, if you've ever seen the Steiner Mask promo, if you're a wrestling fan, go back and watch that. That's one of the funniest promos of all time. I even told him, I said to him, thanks to you, every time I do a math equation, I always remember to add Kurt Angle to the mix. So, if you don't get that reference, like I said, watch the video. It's fucking hilarious. So yeah, I got to talk to him. I got to do the NWO gesture, the too sweet with him. That was great. I got to talk, like I said, I asked his brother Rick a quick question, because if you don't know Rick's son, Rex, aka Braun Breaker, he's in the WWE right now. I asked him, like, hey, what do you think about your boy being in that new faction with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? He's like, oh yeah, it's pretty good, man. It's a good spot for him. Like, yeah, it is. Think about it, because like, you know, a kid under Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, the kid's got a bright future. Yeah, so that was overall a good weekend. And actually, I was lucky because on the Saturday, because I got there around 11 and the line was still like moving pretty smoothly. But when I left, not an hour later, because the lines weren't very long, thankfully. When I left, maybe an hour or so later, freaking insane. Like not just the line where you get the tickets to buy the daily tickets, but like the line to get the line for people that already have their tickets, already purchased their tickets. It was fucking crazy. So I'm like, damn, I'm glad I got here when I did. But overall, good weekend. Like I said, a lot of decent stuff. Weather was all right. Like I think it was raining, almost raining both days. But yeah, interesting time. What do you think of it?
It was good, but guess what? I met nobody. I didn't meet anybody.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I got really good photos of Robert Englund. I actually want to do a little bit of a rant about that. So they wouldn't allow you to take photos standing back. Like, you had to pay. That's so stupid, though, because like, I get like you want people to pay, and look, there will always be diehard fans who will, but I can't afford $200 to meet Robert Englund.
Yeah, that's gross.
Thank God I got one, because you were trying to take one, and then like we went into the Rick Diamond, like what was that guy's name? Like I mean, the guy
I don't remember.
Bill Diamond, and they had the Big Bird puppet, and then I tried to take a photo. You can't take photos. Why? And then fucking Niagara Falls Comic Con took one and posted it on fucking Instagram.
Well, it's Niagara Falls Comic Con themselves.
Dumb. Right? Stupid, bro. Like,
Yeah, that's Niagara Falls themselves. Yeah.
I know, but still, like, you say no photos whatsoever, and then stupid.
Yeah, it is pretty dumb, but that's because then people just like, oh, take a photo. Oh, I don't need to pay for money. I got what I needed, and then leave.
No, but like I said, there will always be diehards who want their photo with Robert Englund. So like, it's not like people won't pay it. Like, there's diehard people who will always pay it.
Yeah,
as well,
I
like,
agree
for the
with you.
autograph.
It's just,
so like, for them to do that is fucked up, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's dumb.
I'm gonna stop in that station and I'm gonna show them the video. Watch me. I'm getting somebody. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that. I think he was terrified of being on camera.
That's a Liv Morgan theme. Watch me.
Yeah. Anyways, is there anything else you want to touch on, bro?
Just a quick, another sort of conspiracy theory. It's gonna become a regular thing now. But
conspiracy theories with Me Man the Champ. There you go. Brand new song.
Nah, that's not gonna. Anyway, so Canada's Wonderland this past week finally finished constructing their new coaster Alpenfury after like several months of delays, because it should have been opening day, or at least the first month, but they finally finished it. So that's gonna be about another month or so before they finish all the testing and everything they need to do. So that's got me wondering, what if they intentionally made sure that there were delays? They told them to intentionally delay as much as possible, so that it would open summertime, which is of course obviously their busiest season, and that way they could sell more upcharge Fastlane Plus passes, because in the springtime the Fastlanes aren't, like, yeah, they're expensive, but they're not that bad compared to the summertime, because they increase the prices because there's more people they want to buy them because the lineups are longer. So that's got me thinking, like, maybe they did that so Alpenfury would open in summertime. And if you recall from my last rant, or my last conspiracy theory, I think I mentioned it, where the ride times were not the posted ride times on the kiosks, where you in front of certain rides you can buy one-time Fastlane passes for the ride. They had listed an estimated wait time of the regular line and the Fastlane line, and Leviathan, it said a 60-minute estimated wait time just to get on the ride, not to like ride it or anything, just to from when you get in the line to when you get on the ride. It's supposedly 60 minutes. Troublemaker and I were there. We were off the ride in less than 45. So I think it's a conspiracy. Wonderland combined with the kiosks they have that tell you the estimated wait time and the wait time of the fast lane. They might be like thinking, oh well, we're gonna have to sell a fuck ton of Fastlane Plus passes now because of the new ride coming out. Everybody's gonna want to ride it, and the lineups are gonna be insane anyway without the inflated wait time. So who knows? Think about it, people.
Yeah. So anything else exciting?
I think that's about it.
You dropped a new Champ Rants.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes.
The LRT.
Yeah, so apparently Doug Ford announced that it might be open in September. Sure, and I might be a billionaire tomorrow. Yeah, go check that out on my channels. Like I said, it's like 2 minutes. I would have made it a short, but I'm like, I didn't know how long it was going to be, so.
Alright, if that's all we need to talk about, I guess we'll send it home.
Alright.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you when we see you.
Peace out, guys.